This is a picture of my daughter, Molly. That's not her real name. We decided that it was probably best if she didn't use her real name here. And that's actually not a picture of her, but one that we created together in Midjourney and she picked out. I do assure you she is real. Otherwise, it's super weird that I have this many plushies in the house. And we'll be hearing from her later in this video. But even in the 4th grade, she knows that no real good can come from putting your face on YouTube. Yes, she might already be smarter than me. So a few nights ago, or maybe around 10:30, everybody in the house is asleep, and that's my time where I get to play video games where I shoot zombies in the head or watch TV shows where zombies get shot in the head. I hear the thump, thump, thump coming down the stairs. Molly's got that 1,000-yard stare, the one her hair is all matted up in sweat, and she says the words that every parent knows so well. I had a bad dream. So I pat her over to the couch and I ask, about what? AI, she says, and that kind of throws me for a loop. I'm not a child psychologist, I'm not a sleep expert, but I did pick up a couple of things when she went through a rough sleeping patch a couple of years ago. I learned that nightmares are pretty common with kids between the ages of 3 and 10. There's a lot of mental development going on. She just crossed over to 10, so she's in that weird age where she's not quite a big kid yet, and she's not a little anymore. She has an understanding and an awareness of the larger world, but she's still too young to grasp the nuances of it. And the problem with AI is that things are moving so fast that we're all struggling to grasp it. So she tells me about the dream, and it's filled with kind of kid dream logic. Basically, it's an AI robot that's following her around school and won't leave her alone. It keeps acting mean to her and keeps jumping out of corners to scare her. I do my best to calm her down. We watch a couple of Daily Dose of Internet videos.
Hello, everyone.
It's always a huge household hit. And then I think about this thing that we used to do where whenever she would have a bad dream, I'd have her draw a picture of it, and then over the weekend, we take that picture and toss it into the backyard fire pit. My logic has something to do with creating, manifesting, and then destroying your fears, but to be honest, it's really because I'm a suburban dad, and I know that no problem can't be solved with 2 beers and staring into a fire pit for an evening. And yes, the beers are for me, not for her, just in case you were worried. Does it work? I don't know. Maybe I'm just raising an arsonist. Parenting, man. We're all just making it up as we go along. So anyway, here's the picture she drew. And while she's drawing, I tell her a little bit about how AI systems work, how Alexa, who she loves grilling incessantly about what the current temperature in Antarctica is right now or what time it is in Singapore, is also an AI. I basically tell her that there's nothing to worry about. So, basically I lie. So if it's not obvious by the grays in my hair, I grew up in the 80s, and my childhood existential fear was the nuke. I was about her age when we were at the height of the Cold War, and I can still clearly remember drills when we would have to hide under our desks when the missile alert system went off. My kid has to go through active shooter drills, and that breaks my heart. And now there's the looming change in anxiety of AI, and hiding under your desk is not going to do anything to change that either. And that's not to say that AI is going to go full Terminator. I actually don't believe that at all. But a profound change to humanity is right around the corner. If you follow the AI space, you'll know that it could be in 10 years, it could be tomorrow. It's certainly going to happen in her lifetime, and it's going to affect it greatly. And change isn't always bad. Again, I feel that AI has a tremendous ability to affect humanity for the better, if we thread the needle right. But even if we do, there's still going to be a lot of displacement and growing pains as we figure it all out. So going back to Molly, after a couple of days, I asked her if it would be cool if I asked her some questions about AI, and she said, yeah, totally fine. So I used our Midjourney image, cloned a voice on 11 Labs, and used DID to animate the whole thing. And yes, I am aware of the irony of using a bunch of AI tools in a video about my child's AI anxiety nightmare. Fully aware. All right, let's dive in and see what Molly has to say. So what is an AI?
It's a robot.
What do you think AIs are used for?
Helping people to understand and using their mind/IQ to tell you answers to stuff or create pictures and stuff.
Have you used an AI before?
Yes, we made pictures on your phone.
So is there one AI or is there a lot of them?
A lot. But the biggest one is Google.
How do you think the world is going to change with all of these AIs running around?
It will change because people will use it to make their teachers think they have a very high IQ, even though they are using an AI tool.
Has anyone done that at your school, do you think?
Definitely not.
Do you think bad things can be done with AI?
Yes. They can take over the world because the guy who owns Twitter, Elon Musk, he can build an AI and take over the world.
So if an AI took over the world, what would that look like? What would it make us do?
Probably boring stuff, like math. And we wouldn't be able to go outside.
Do you think that when you grow up, an AI will do the job that you want to do?
No, because I want to be a vet and take care of animals. And animals need people to take care of them.
It was really interesting to hear her answers, particularly like Google being the biggest AI. And, Elon has actually been very critical about rushing AI out into the world. To be honest, if you don't follow the AI or tech space, those answers probably seem pretty on point. You wouldn't know that OpenAI is not Google. And, well, let's face it, Elon does a pretty good job of casting himself as the villain in the press. Molly and I keep chatting about AI, though in small chunks because, well, frankly, she gets bored of the topic pretty quickly. She's a lot more interested and excited that soccer is coming back and some legendary epic thing that she got in Roblox and killing all my printer ink making these things. Molly's nightmare seems to have been a one-off. She's not fixated or ruminating about AI, but our kids have gone through some pretty weird stuff over the last few years, and it's only about to get weirder. AI is going to be a massive part of our lives going forward, so if you're a parent, you might want to start thinking about what that means for being a parent. As for us, well, we're going to burn this weekend, and I'm going to go head out to the store and get some marshmallows for some s'mores. My name's Tim. Thanks for watching.